Welcome to my Asshole Podcast. Let's get into it. Welcome to my Asshole Podcast. Today is Thursday, and you know what we got for today? We have our beautiful book, Beautiful Venom. Oh baby, the last time we did Beautiful Venom, we did, I think it was 4 chapters? It was 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, we did 4 whole chapters last week. You know, your boy was feeling under the weather, couldn't really do a thread that day, so I was just like, fuck it. I'm still, train's going to still roll. We're going to give you guys the book. It's what you guys come here for anyway. You know what I mean? But today we have a thread. Your boy's feeling a little better. You know what I mean? And, yeah, man. The last time I think we checked out the book. I think she got like drugged or whatever. And she was begging for Homeboy's mushroom tip. He was just like, oh, yeah. He's like, girl, I want to give it to you. So, man, the book is getting crazy. It's weird because I'm like, I don't know where this book is going necessarily. You know, like it seems like it's going in one direction and then it kind of just like shoots you in a different direction. So I'm kind of excited to see where this book like goes and concludes and all that kind of stuff. But we'll see what happens. But let's get into our thread. Our thread for today is what's the craziest thing you ignored just to hook up. All right, so just to get some booty, what did you ignore? All right, on to our first one. I hooked up with a guy from a dating site at my house, and it was fine, so we repeated at his house. Turns out he lived with his dad and shared a room with his son, who was with his mom that evening. I was like, oh, I didn't know that you had a kid. And he insisted he told me. And the more I insisted, he didn't tell me. The angrier he got, so I let it go. That's the red flag part. I got home afterwards and checked Facebook, as you do. Since his number was in my phone, he came up as a possible friend, so did his full name, so naturally I Googled his name. The first hit was a site called reportyourx.com. Okay. With a story with his picture written by the mother of his child saying that they got into an argument and he threatened her with a gun while she was pregnant and had hit her a few times. I ghosted him after that. The website no longer exists for obvious reasons. This would have been around 2012 or so. Yo! That's crazy! So because you were asking about this kid and he was for some reason so just like against you asking about it, and then you did some research, found out this man was out here just like, what are you doing? Like, bro, what the hell? Oh, wow. Man, it's really one of those things where you think you know a person, you know what I mean? Like, bro, you just think, oh, you're a normal person. You're an ordinary guy, whatever. Oh, you have a kid? It is what it is. People have kids, you know? And then motherfuckers just like, you find a report. Oh my God. Yeah, I guess this is why women do their FBI work, you know what I mean? Because, man, you never know the dudes that you're talking to nowadays. Shit. Wow, okay. That's crazy, though. Reportyourx.com is wild. It is wild. I guess that was the T app, I guess, back then. You know what I mean? All right. What's the craziest thing that you ignored just to hook up? Not so much a hookup, but I was in a relationship briefly with a man who had what everybody but him refused to as his crazy baby mama who he'd been separated from for over 2 years. She ended up coming by the house at 3 a.m., broke in the door, and brandished a knife at him when she saw my bag. Yo! Oh my God. And tried to break down the door. I was hiding in his 3-year-old and 5-year-old daughter's right? She tried to break down the door, and I was hiding with his 3-year-old and 5-year-old daughters. Luckily, neighbors called the cops, and we were all safely escorted out. After that incident, I decided to part ways because I had my own kid and I had to be around for, and I couldn't risk getting involved in something that could have easily ended my life that night. He was a good guy and definitely battered in his relationship with her, but I just couldn't justify the threat. Yeah, bro. Yeah, honestly, and this is why I don't date girls with kids. It's not the fact that you have a kid, bro. It's just the fact that your baby daddy, bro, he's nah. Even if the girl is like, oh no, we're cool, like he's not like that, but nope. I'm not taking a chance on it. Because think about it, man. What if we're together? We've been together for like a couple months. You know, we out here looking like a little family and shit. It's me, her kid. And we're doing our thing. We having fun. We over here at Six Flags or some shit. And this nigga gets resentful. You know, he's just like, wow, that's supposed to be me. Like, what the fuck is it doing? And he over here busting my door down, trying to, end my life. Nah, bro. Nah, that's the only reason why I wouldn't date a single mom. It's just for that simple reason where it's just like, I don't know how predictable the baby daddy's going to be. With you, it is what it is. Like, I can kind of deal with it. Your kid, that's fine, whatever. But it's the baby daddy. And then some girls, I ain't gonna lie to you, I've dated some single moms before. And I remember the first time I dated a single mom, that girl was crazy. She literally every day, like we would hang out and talk and have a good time and stuff like that. And she was always just like, oh my God, I wish I could just murder my baby daddy. I wish I could just kill him and then we could be together. And I'm just like, yo, what? What are you talking to? No, we are not doing that. We're not. No. I had to end my relationship with her, bro, because I didn't know she was actually going to do it. You think about it. It could be a thing where she poisons homeboy one day, right? And then she comes to my house and, hanging out with me and this and that. I got the cops at my door talking about, is she here, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Then they think I'm a part of it and stuff. I'm just like, oh, no, because she's over here just like, I did it so I could be with him forever. It's like, oh, no, please. So, yeah, nah, bro. Not me, Chief. I ain't doing that. No, thank you, my guy. No fucking thank you. I'm good on that. Definitely good on that. Because, bruh, that's crazy work. That is absolutely crazy work. Oh, my goodness gracious. No. Wow. All right. On to our next one. What is the craziest thing you ignored just to hook up? Rotting food was just chilling in the living room beside piles of dirty clothes. She was nasty in so many ways. But you still clapped. You still clapped them cheeks, bro. He walked into that house and was just like, damn, all that rotten food, all these dirty clothes. She got dookie skid marks in her panties. But I'm still gonna clap. Let's still fuck. Gotta go through with it, my boy. And you're like, bro, what are we doing here, man? Like, you over here got her in doggy style and she still got doo-doo crusts on her booty hole and shit. Like, bro. Like, come on, man. That's crazy. And you know she was dirty like that. You know that coochie was fishy as hell. I hope you didn't get nothing off that one because I wouldn't be surprised if you got some dirty shit on your dick from that girl. Man. All right, what's the craziest thing that you ignored just to hook up? Her dog came in and took a shit on the floor. It was enough to scare me away, but in the moment, I was pulling up with a smell until I finished. Dang. Oh, bro. Bro was getting it in. He was just like, yeah. Dog comes in, takes a shit, and he's like, oh, fuck. Man, okay, I'm almost done. Almost done. Fuck, let me just close my nose. Let me just close my nose up so I can finish. Homeboy nutted and got dressed so quick, bro. He was like, yeah, you might want to clean that up. Like, bro, that's crazy. That is some crazy work, bro. Oh, my God. All right, what's the craziest thing you ignored just to hook up? The ants that were actively marching across his food-covered nightstand. This was someone I had a crush on since 3rd grade, and we were adults at this point. We were each other's first and everything except it. So I had to get a conclusion to the anticipation. It was not worth it, bro. How are all these nasty ass motherfuckers getting like relationships and shit? You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. I don't get, like, is it a thing where maybe these people are just so, I guess, focused on going out and meeting people and meeting people to hook up with and stuff, they just like neglect their home? Because mind you, I'm at home all the time. You know what I mean? So I constantly kind of keep my space relatively clean just because of the fact that, like, I'm home all the time. I'm here, you know? So it's like, I guess it makes sense if they're just like out all the time. They're barely at home. They probably come home, eat really quick, and then leave. They don't care what it looks like. But I'm just like, yo, man, like, what the fuck? That is so crazy how these dirty ass motherfuckers can be just in relationships and doing well. Call blasphemy. Call blasphemy, man. That's crazy. Because it's constantly just like, yeah, this chick was nasty and dirty, had, you know, dookie stained underwear, and then this dude got rotten food and ants and all. Like, what the fuck, man? What's the craziest thing you ignored just to hook up? So I had this chick I met on one of the dating apps, and right off the rip, she started doing some serious stalker shit. I'm writing this from a hindsight point of view, so obviously at the time, I didn't see or maybe didn't want to see things that way. She was contacting my ex and her kids, and asking about me, randomly showing up at places I was without me telling her where I was. So I ignored all of that and fucked her one night after leaving the bar. I don't think I need to say it, but this obviously was a horrible idea and turned into a stalker situation where legal action to stop it was necessary. Anyways, the moral of the story, don't fuck your stalker. It's a bad idea. Damn, son. Damn. That's some crazy shit. She just met this dude. Like, they didn't even sleep together or nothing. They just met. And then she's just like, oh my God, I need to call everyone that this guy has ever known so that way I can see if he is the love of my life, because I think he's the love of my life. Like, what the fuck? Like, look, I get, you know, doing your due diligence, looking into people and stuff like that. I get that. 1000% I get that. But when it gets to a point, though, when you're literally, like, stalking, you're just showing up at places where they're going to be, you know what I mean? You're just like going to the extra lengths of talking to exes and their family and all that kind of, it's like, bro, okay, look, man, you could have just looked him up on some social media, maybe talked to a couple of his close friends, and I think that's usually generally enough. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to go as far as talking to the exes and their families and stalking them at places where he's going to be and all that. Like, whoa, man, that's just a little too far. Hey, bruh. Damn. All right, on to our next one. What's the craziest thing you ignored just to hook up? The smell. I got chlamydia. Damn, she cooked you, bro. Gave said chlamydia to my new girlfriend because I didn't know I had it. Sourced the pill 2 times from my doctor. Now neither of us have chlamydia and we're married. If it stank that bad, just call it, boys. Oh, and the horrible thing about it is most guys are still going to go up in there regardless if it's stinky, just like the last dude, bro. Last dude, she had, you know, dried up dookie chips on her booty hole, and he was just like, hey, gots to go through with it. She had the dookie stained underwear and everything, bro. Was like, hey, man, I got to do it. Like, bro, they're still going to go up in there, man. I know for me, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. If it stank, bro, I'm like, okay, nah, we not doing this. Like, you know what I mean? And then on top of that, it's like, why y'all up in these random bitches raw, bro? You know what I mean? Like, why you in these random bitches raw? That's crazy. That is some crazy work, y'all, in these bitches raw, man. Look, I get it. Condoms are mad inconvenient. You know, they're mad shitty or whatever. But it's like, if I'm fucking some random bitch, bro, I'm not gonna, nah, man. Nah. No, because you don't know, bro. You don't know what's going on. Hell to the nah, bro. That's crazy, y'all out here raw dogging motherfuckers. All right, what's the craziest thing that you ignored just to hook up? All the warning signs that he was not a good dude, even though I was naive. I knew everything was telling me bullshit. I was not unique. I was not even the first. I was just the next in line. Damn. He played you like a fiddle, girl. Damn. And I think a lot of times girls just kind of get to a point where they're just like, hey man, I'm so mad lonely, I'm just gonna accept anything, like fuck it, you know. I see all the bad signs, I see how shitty it is, but you know, he's got this one redeeming quality that's keeping me around, and I'm just like, I got it. I think that's what really happens to a lot of girls, is they find that one redeeming thing and they do not want to let it go. They're like, nah fam, this is what I'm talking about. I need this. And it's just like, sweetheart, you fucking yourself up in that one. You know what I mean? You fucking yourself up, man. Damn. But hey, you live and you learn. You know what I mean? Like that's another thing. It's just you live and you learn. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, I've dated some girls where I would see the clear red signs and I was just like, nah, I mean, you know, that's kind of pink. That's not really red. You know, like you justify it, man. Like my boy Michael always says on the Sunday shows, you know, people will justify anything as long as it makes sense to them. And so it just is what it is, man. You know, we're gonna do that. We're human. It is what it is. Ah, shit. Let's get on to the next one. What's the craziest thing that you ignored just to hook up? A big no turning back tattoo between his shoulders with the Harvard crest. Apparently, he made a bet with his grandpa that he'd get in because his sisters did. As you maybe expect, he did not go there. Was definitely a lens into his communication and decision-making style. Yeah, bro, if you... And a lot of people like to fight back on that, but it's like, if you're over here the type of person that you got really shitty bad tattoos, you know what I mean? Like, that goes to show how bad your decision skills are, if I'm being honest with you. Yeah, man, like I'm all for dating girls with tattoos. I'm all for, like, you know, tattoos and all that kind of stuff. But there are people who have really shitty or meaningless tattoos. And that to me is just like, okay, you don't really respect yourself like that. Because you got to remember, man, like these things, they're on you forever, bro. They're on you. They ain't going anywhere. You know what I mean? Some soap and water ain't washing these bitches off. And so if you're going to choose to have something really dumb and retarded on your body for the entire rest of your life, bro, it's like, come on, man. You know, like, what kind of decision making are you making? Because you got to think about it. In a relationship, those choices are going to weigh a lot heavier. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to weigh a lot heavier, bro. So, again, it's one of those things where you got to realize, like, hey, man, when you're making choices that are that permanent, yeah, you got to look out for it. And that's how I see it a lot of times. That's why whenever girls do have tattoos and I date them and stuff, I ask them what their tattoos are about, because a lot of times that's a big deal breaker for me. I'm like, if your tattoos mean something, and you know, even if they just mean something to you, it doesn't have to be a whole like deep meaningful thing and all this kind of stuff. Like, if it's something that just means to you, that it's something that you like me, I have Ezio Auditore on my arm. It is a tattoo that I love, and I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan. And it's not a tattoo that means anything to anybody else. It just is something for me. You know what I mean? And so that's why I look at it like, even if you have just a tattoo it's just meaningful to you, I'm cool with it. I'm dope with it. You know? So yeah. All right. Let's see. All right, we're going to do 3 more in the thread. What's the craziest thing that you ignored just to hook up? She told me she lit her sister's bed on fire. What the fuck? And her ex, oh my God, killed himself. She was a hot goth chick, and 22-year-old me just YOLO'd it. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I probably would have done the same thing. I probably would have done the same thing. Okay. I'ma just say it now. I am not holier than thou. Okay. You and me both, brother. All right. Hot goth chick. I'd be like, So, what was your method of burning this bed? And, you know, would you do that to mine? Just saying, asking for a friend. You know, you know what I mean? Like, bro, you know, just like, oh, okay. Oh, he ended his life. Oh, wow. But we're still good, right? You know, we're still good. I'm just being straight with y'all, man. You know me. I keep it hundo P. Like, I have no secrets on this show. All right, I don't have secrets on this show. I don't hide shit from you guys. And I'm 100% honest. Like, who I am on this camera is who I am outside or off camera. Like, I don't change up for nobody for nothing. My thing is like, bro, if somebody like writes in scenarios or write in a thing and I agree with it and I would do it, hey, it is what it is. I put my hands up, you know what I mean? They're playing my song and butterflies fly away, you know what I mean? Oh, damn. So, yeah, bro. I would have done the same thing. I'd have been sitting there just like, burned the bed? Wow, he hung himself? Wow. He hung himself. That's crazy. Wow, I'm glad you're okay. You know what I mean? I'm glad you're okay. And I'm glad that you got out safe. You know, that's great. Are you going to burn my bed? Just asking for a friend, you know? All right, what's the craziest thing that you ignored just to hook up? At 23, I paid for a trashy hooker because loneliness and me being desperate because horny. To be honest, the sex was fine and she had a funny personality about it all. The burning pee sensation afterward for the next weekend sucked ass. Bruh. Why are you out here raw dogging bitches, bro? Raw dogging a hooker at that. What are you doing? What are you doing? Raw dogging a hooker, bro? Look. I'm not going to get on you for buying a hooker. Whatever. Guys do that shit. It is what it is. That's cool. I'm not mad about that part. The part I'm mad about is you're raw dogging it. All right, there's no way. No way. Look, the only time I would like go raw dog first time is if it's a girl I've been dating and seeing for a while. You know, if I've been dating and seeing her for a while, and I'm like, hell yeah, I'm up in there like swimwear, baby. You know, but if this is a one night stand thing, if this is a hooker I bought or an escort or a stripper or whatever, took you home from a Starbucks, I don't know. If it's a situation where it's like we are talking, we meet, talk, have sex, I'm wearing a condom, bro. Cause I don't know what the hell you got going on, and I ain't trying to have that. Like, bruh, this man was out here surprised that he had burning pee the next morning. Like, you're surprised, bro? You're surprised? Come on, man. You know what she does. Like, come on, man. Damn, dudes out here burning themselves. All right, this could be our last one for the thread. What's the craziest thing that you ignored just to hook up? Friend of mine hooked up with a girl with a colostomy bag. He said she closed the deal with, hey, at least you won't get poop dick. He ain't wrong. He ain't wrong in that one. I mean, you know, like that's some crazy work, though. Kind of makes me think, like, yeah, you get a girl with a colostomy bag, you know, you can do anal. She's nice and clean there. There ain't no poop running through that. That's just a hole at that point, you know. Now I wonder, they probably can. Like, if you have a girl with a colostomy bag, she probably can still feel, you know, shit in her butt. It's probably like extremely, I wouldn't say satisfying, but I was gonna say maybe like more, what is it called? Like the feeling would be more than it normally would, just because, like, you know, us normal people, you know, we poop, you know what I mean? And so we're like, oh yeah, the feeling ain't crazy. Like, we know what it's like, but for them, like, the booty hole, just like the muscles ain't getting no action, you know, the muscles ain't doing nothing. So since the muscles ain't doing nothing, all of a sudden you do something with the muscles, it's gonna be like, oh shit, you know. I'm just saying, I don't know, my mind's running, my mind's spacing right now. It's It's like, dang, think about it, think about it. Like they don't use their booty hole. It just like goes from large intestine straight into their bag. It doesn't go through booty hole. It's like, so that those muscles aren't doing anything. So when the muscles start doing some shit, you're just like, woo, hold up. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Crazy work. Damn. That's gonna go ahead and be that thread. That was a wild fucking thread. Wow. Y'all motherfuckers, the dudes out there, man, y'all need to stop fucking random bitches without condoms, man. Y'all crazy. Y'all are crazy as fuck, man. I could never, you crazy bastards. Jesus. Oh my God, but that's going to be the thread. You guys let me know what you think about it in the comments. If you or a friend or anybody, you have a story, whatever, of a crazy time that you ignored some red flags, just hook up with somebody, let us know down in the comments, all right? Patreon.com/My The Asshole Podcast. Get an exclusive episode every single Friday. We'll be able to send in your scenario to be featured on the Tuesday and Sunday show, as well as be able to get access to over 100 hours of content over there, baby. We got 100 hours of content over there just ready for you guys over all for $3 a month. Start your 7-day free trial. Audio listeners, thank you guys so much for all of the support. You guys are the GOATs, and I appreciate you so much for coming out every week and coming out and checking out the episodes, downloading them, supporting the show, all that good stuff. Rate us 5 stars on your preferred listening platform. It helps out a lot, and all that is free. And if you want to help out even more on the free 99 side of things, go ahead and follow us on Instagram, TikTok, as well as subscribing on YouTube. All of that helps out tremendously. I love you guys so much, and I appreciate all the support you guys really been showing. The subscriber numbers have been shooting up, and yeah, man, you guys are just showing out. I really appreciate that so very much. Without further ado, let's get into you guys' favorite part of the episode. We got our book. All right, this chapters 18 and 19 of Beautiful Venom. So let's get right on into it.
18. Dahlia. My breath comes in short gasps. The cold earth shocks my feet. The air asphyxiates my burning lungs. But I don't stop. I can't. The wet grass slicks beneath my feet, and every time my skin brushes against the damp ground, a shiver ignites in my bones. But I pick up speed, my heart hammering against my ribs. The maze looms over me, its towering walls of hedges swallowing me whole as I plunge deeper into the darkness. The thick night air wraps around me in a suffocating noose. My shallow inhales scrape my throat as some of the branches claw at my arms, snagging on the fabric of my dress. I hear the rustle of leaves behind me. My spine tingles with a sharp chill. He's close. I can feel him along with the beat in my chest. Hear him amidst the buzz in my ears. That quiet, steady presence hunts me through the dark. Sometimes clear, sometimes faint, as if he's playing with me. Actually, he is playing with me. He clearly said I'm his toy. Now, if my insides wouldn't liquefy at the prospect of being chased, that would be great. I try to focus on the path ahead, but the sound of his calm, controlled footsteps keep pulling me back. The thrill of knowing he's there, always just a step behind, twists with the fear in my chest. My mind tells me to run, but there's something else, too. Something darker. A part of me that wants me to slow down. That sick, twisted part wants him to catch me. The ground beneath me shifts, wet grass slipping under my bare feet. I stumble, my body pitching forward, and my knees hit the hard earth. A sting of pain shoots through my legs. I'm pretty sure I scraped my knees, but that's the least of my worries. Thundering footsteps echo in the air, and I push myself up and take off again. Despite my blurring vision, despite the sharp metallic taste on my tongue. It's survival. I've always been good at survival. Then I see a sliver of light in the hedge, barely wide enough to fit through. In a snap decision, I dart toward it, then break a branch and throw it in the opposite direction as far as I can aim. Hopefully, that will distract him. I slip into the narrow space, pressing my back against the rough leaves and hug my knees to my chest. The branches dig into my skin, but I ignore the discomfort. My chest rises and falls, my ears pound, and sweat coats my temples and trickles down my back. The footsteps stop. Thick, oppressive silence swallows me whole, and I bite down on my lip, trying to steady my breathing. But my heart's frantic beat threatens to give my position away. Not to mention that the air is so cold, I'm afraid I'll crumble. For a moment, the only sound is the whisper of the wind through the hedges. But I know better. He's there, somewhere in the dark, stalking and watching like a predator. The electric tension in the air makes the hair on the back of my neck prickle. He's close. Too close. Then I hear his footsteps carrying him in the opposite direction. Oh, thank God. For a moment, just one moment, I think I've lost him. But before I can release a breath of relief, a rough hand wraps around my ankle. A sharp scream rips from my throat as I'm yanked out, my body sliding across the damp ground, my fingers scrambling for a branch or anything to hold on to. My nails dig into the earth, dirt gathering beneath them as I claw at the grass, but it slips through my hands like water. I twist, kicking my legs with all my might. For a moment, I truly believe I'm in danger and fight, aiming for maximum damage. However, his grip is effortlessly strong, and it fires me up even more. The world spins as I'm hauled back, the ground rough beneath me, the grass scraping against my legs. The cold, unforgiving wind slaps my face, but all I can hear is his steady breathing as his deep voice rumbles in a hushed whisper.
Caught you.
A rush of crippling terror and morbid thrill courses through me, and I lift my trembling hands in the dark. Kane, hold on. Let's talk about this.
Don't say my name. I'm nobody to you.
His voice sounds lower, closer, each word wrapping around me like a simmering earthquake. He flips me over with horrifying ease. All I can see is the looming shadow of his body in the darkness. Big, broad, and utterly intimidating. A strange flutter awakens in the pit of my belly. Is it excitement? Need? Both? More? An animalistic, primal emotion rips through me like thunder, and an exhilarating tension coils at my core. Kane slaps my knees apart and kneels between them. The last thing I see is the glint of the knife before he bunches my dress and slashes it open right down the middle. A dress so expensive, I was scared to wear it. He brutally rips it off as if it cost pennies. My gasp echoes in the air, and I shove at his chest. Stop it! He firmly pushes my hand away and cuts through my strapless bra like it's butter. My breasts spring free, the nipples hardening even further as he roughly squeezes one in his big hand.
Such a dirty little slut. Your body is made to be used by me. You'll swallow my cock and beg for my cum, won't you?
Don't touch me! I kick his chest with everything I have. He grabs my foot and slashes through my panties, then thrusts the handle of the knife inside me. God, I'm wet. I'm so wet by his manhandling, it should be embarrassing.
You think you can fight me?
He thrusts again, pumping the handle with wicked expertise.
You think you can escape me?
My back arches on the wet grass, but I still try to resist the blinding pleasure building inside me. It feels like a need, a sick, depraved need.
You're so wet at the prospect of being used, so primed and ready. You're choking the knife as if it's my cock, aren't you?
You disgust me, you fucking asshole! Let me go! I lift my right hand and slap him on the hideous mask. He backhands me with his free hand, so hard my vision blurs and I think I come a little. Oh no. 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 This is just a show, a test, and playing his game to get what I want. I'm not supposed to enjoy it so much. I'm not supposed to come.
Think twice before you run your mouth.
He reaches beneath me and presses a finger against my back hole, and I tense.
I could and would fuck your ass bareback. This feels virgin.
I buck and try to escape him, keeping my legs spread so I don't cut my thigh on the knife, my heart surging loudly.
Let's test it.
The moment he slips the knife out of me, I kick him and turn over, crawling on all fours, panting like an injured animal. I'm entirely naked, and the cold bites into my warm skin, but that doesn't matter. It feels like I'm running for my life, as if I'm in real danger. But the truth is, I want to provoke him further. Unleash the beast and make him show his true self, if only once. Just for me. A hand wraps around my hair, and I scream as I'm yanked back so that I'm on my knees. My back presses against Kane's taut chest, his harsh breaths filling my ears. For the first time, he's not calm, not steady. He's far from controlled. He's unhinged.
Where the fuck do you think you're going?
Away from you? I tilt my head back in spite of the pain and spit on his mask as I lie through my teeth. Your touch repulses me.
Is that so?
While he's still immobilizing my hair, I feel his right hand moving behind me, and I hear the unbuckling of a belt, its sound echoing in the frightening silence. Yeah, you're a sick fucking bastard I wouldn't touch twice. My voice trembles despite my attempts to provoke him. He said my fight turns him on, and I feel it. I feel the bulge pressing against my ass, hard and heavy.
If I'm a sick bastard.
He slaps my ass a few times and forces his cock between my thighs, sliding its length against my soaking wet pussy. Then speaks against my mouth, his mask touching my lips with every rough word.
You're a dirty little slut.
Then he thrusts into me with a force that steals my breath. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. It doesn't matter that I'm wet or on the verge of coming. Kane is huge. And he feels bigger than ever before as his cock pounds into me as if he hates me. And I clench around him as if I hate him too. Still wriggling, fighting like I truly don't want this, even if my entire body comes to life. Even if a surge of overwhelming pleasure pools in the pit of my stomach. It doesn't help when he keeps whispering sinful words in my ears, like a mantra, an aphrodisiac. Words that drag me to the edge of my sanity.
Your cunt is strangling me so fucking well. That's it. Stretch for me, good girl. Your body is made to be used and owned by me. You're taking all of me. So deep. So good. You're a fast learner. Roll those hips for me so I can fuck your tight cunt.
My head hums with a low, constant buzz, and my body resurrects. From the ashes. From the dead. Kane is the only one who's ever managed to provoke this bizarre side of me. Maybe it's due to his unorthodox methods. Maybe because he fucks me hard and fast, confiscating all of my control whether I like it or not. Maybe because I can't think straight. Or maybe, just maybe, I'm sick in the head and only enjoy this rough play. I love how with every touch, pleasure mixes with pain until the two are indistinguishable. Every thrust goes deeper, harder, electrifying every fiber of my body. My moans and whimpers and veiled curses echo in the air, piercing the silence, fusing with the obscene sound of his in and out. But he doesn't stop, doesn't slow down. His breaths grow ragged and rough.
You're made for me. Only me.
I can't stay upright and grab onto him. My nails dig into the collar of his shirt, or jacket, but it's not enough. I loll forward with his powerful thrusts and nearly fall, but he wraps a strong hand around my hip and circles his fingers along my stimulated clit.
Come for me. Show me how much you want this.
It's impossible to last. I can't. The moment he touches me, I'm a goner. My body jerks and I tremble all over as I fall apart on his cock. I hold on to him for balance, as wave upon wave washes over me, consuming my every nerve. I press my eyes closed, feeling every inch of him as he fucks me, never slowing down or becoming gentle. A part of me likes this. The part that never really liked gentle. Kane releases my hair and squeezes a hand around my throat.
You're ruining everything. Everything.
I didn't think it was possible, but his rhythm intensifies, becoming harder, his thrusts longer and deeper, hitting a sensitive spot inside me.
Everything.
He growls, his words sharp and raw. There's no trace of the controlled Kane, the one who hid in a fortress with no key. He's entirely himself, undiluted.
You shouldn't have come into my life.
Thrust.
Into my world.
Thrust.
Into my fucking system.
Thrust.
I'm going to break you to fucking pieces for daring to come close.
I can feel the remnants of the orgasm transforming into something more powerful. I can barely breathe due to his fingers smothering the sides of my throat. The pleasure intensifies the more he squeezes, mounting, heightening, until I think I'll pass out. Still, I lift a shaking hand to his mask and push it up. My movements are stumbly at best, considering my lack of strength. As soon as I reveal his mouth, I close the small distance and seal my trembling lips to his. I suspect Kane doesn't kiss. He's never tried to before, and he also doesn't like me to touch him. But I need this. In the midst of violence and degradation, I need some form of connection. I also need to own a part of him no one has dared to possess before. I need to turn his world upside down, just like he did to mine. He goes still for a moment, his massive body freezing as if he's been shot. His lips are cold and unmoving. But it's only a moment, just one suspended moment in time. A growl rips from deep inside him as he kisses me with a ruthless vigor that steals my thoughts. It's not a kiss, it's a possession. His lips move against mine with a rough intensity, leaving no room for breath or softness. Just Kane. His fingers tighten around my throat, angling my face up so he can devour me. The kiss is a clash, a war of heat and anger as he grazes his teeth over my bottom lip and plunges his tongue in and consumes mine. The taste of him is fire, scorching every thought from my mind. His breath is harsh against my mouth, his lips relentless, like he's trying to swallow me up, break me. There's no finesse in the way he kisses. It's neither controlled nor refined. It's not even disciplined, like the way he fucks. It's as if he's never kissed before, and I get to witness every second of every bit of his brutal, heated, explosive power. I crave it. I love it. I fall apart at the thought that he only shows me this side of him. Without the restraints, without the repression. Just Kane. His kiss is furious, it's dangerous, it's everything. Then he fucks me as he kisses me with a blinding passion. His hips jerk with the same rhythm as his tongue. This time, I don't get a warning as I shatter on his cock. I come so hard I think I'll faint, but I don't. Still holding on to that unrestrained part of him, needing more and everything. I'm so sensitive, so sore, moaning in his mouth as he continues to kiss me, thrusting into me like he's punishing and owning me at the same time. Though he probably doesn't know that I'm also owning a part of him as well, a part no one else has seen.
Fuck!
He wrenches his lips from mine and releases my throat as he pushes me down on all fours on the grass.
Jesus fucking Christ.
He grabs my hips, pulling my ass up as he drives into me with unveiled anger. I love it when he loses control because of me. He's cursing, shedding his outer layers one at a time, because of me. So even though I'm fully spent, I lean my head on my hands, latch onto the earth, and let him fuck me like a beast. Every delicious, punishable stroke nearly sends me over the edge, and I can't believe my drained insides are thinking of another orgasm. I must really, really like it rough. Kane's chest covers my back, his hand wraps around my hair, and I feel his teeth and lips sucking and biting along my shoulders, my spine, marking me everywhere. It hurts so good.
You're a fucking nightmare.
He snaps near my ear, his lips grazing the shell. Kane.
Don't fucking moan my name, Dahlia.
Kane. Kane. I moan louder, throatier as the orgasm rips through me. Come with me, please.
Fucking fuck.
I'm on birth control. Come inside me.
Jesus, fuck.
Kane pulls out, and I feel his cum coating my ass and back. The sting of the hot liquid against the handprints he left on my ass cheeks pales in comparison to the sinking feeling in the bottom of my stomach. Why am I disappointed he didn't come inside me? Kane collapses on top of me, crushing me against the ground.
I fucking hate you.
I hate you too, asshole. I mutter, losing all my fight. I think he'll kill me with his weight. What a way to die. Being crushed to death after the best sex of my life. Kane shifts and I think he'll release me, but he pulls me in one swift movement so that I'm lying on top of him, my back to his chest, my head on his shoulder. My legs are trapped between his half-erect cock nudging against my ass. I'm a mess, covered in cum, sweat, and even tears from the intensity that is Kane Davenport. I don't even want to think about the state of my makeup, but Kane still wraps one arm around my breasts and the other across my hip and pussy. I'm so sensitive, I jerk at the merest contact. My nipples poke against his hand, and I don't like this whole scene. It's vulnerable, and I don't do vulnerable. Which is laughable, really. I can handle being chased and dicked down in the middle of nowhere, but being held raises my alarms, as if I've been doused in icy water. I wiggle and try to turn around.
Stop moving.
His rough voice filters into my ears like a curse. I'm uncomfortable.
I don't give a fuck. Stop trying to turn around. Stop messing everything the fuck up. Just stop.
I turn my face away. I hate you, asshole. His hand wraps around my throat, and he angles my head up so that he speaks against my lips.
I fucking hate you too, Dahlia.
And then he kisses me senseless. He kisses me until I think I'll pass out. He kisses me until I think he'll never stop kissing me.
19. Kane. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Relax. Lean into the pain. My wrists burn where the chains cut into them. My arms stretch tight above me, my own weight pulling at my shoulders. With every involuntary tremor that runs through my body, iron digs into my flesh. The basement I'm hanging in swallows me whole, the cold biting into my skin. The stone walls are damp, reeking of mildew and the heavy smell of rusted metal. As for the reason why I'm here, again, it's simple. Tonight we lost our away game. The Vipers lost a clean winning streak against the Stanton fucking Wolves. To say the team's morale is in the absolute gutter would be an understatement. This was due to a culmination of unfortunate facts. One, I was unfocused, and while my body existed on the rink, my mental presence suffered greatly. The immaculate discipline I've spent over 15 years honing to perfection has chipped at the edges, small cracks appearing on the foundation. 2. Perhaps it was the lack of my assertive leadership, but the rest of the team also spiraled, struggling to hold the Wolves, especially their captain, at bay. Osborne toyed with the team's spirit and paid extra attention to Preston, checking and even falling on top of him until our left wing could barely breathe. Like a man possessed, Osborne made Preston a target and kept relentlessly going at him as if my friend was the only Vipers player on the rink. And that, in retrospect, made Jude pick more fights than usual. He's been notoriously protective of Preston since we were kids. 3. Preston's usual cold-bloodedness was nowhere to be seen. He held out for the first period but eventually fell for the skirmishes and whatever Osborne whispered to him every time he knocked him down. In the third period, Preston cracked and sent Osborne flying against the boards, which shattered to pieces. Osborne's only reaction was an evil laugh. That was the first time Preston deliberately resorted to violence during a game. While he's fine with murder, he believes hockey violence is beneath him, and those who rely on their muscles are peasants. Even in real life, Preston often delegates tasks to his family's extensive network of private security guards, vehemently refusing to dirty his hands if the task is not interesting enough. But he made a rookie mistake that landed him 5 minutes in the penalty box, which is a great part of the reason why we lost. Those 5 minutes of power play were brutal, and Osborne made sure to wave at Preston every single time he scored. The Stanton Wolves crowd went wild for Osborne, cheering and chanting as if he were their god. Even after Preston was released from the penalty box, he was practically useless. Osborne had already gotten into his head, so it was game over. Jude and I held down the fort, which is why we didn't completely get our asses kicked. But it was still a loss. I don't do well with losses. I don't lose. End of. My entire upbringing was customized to teach me that people like us don't lose. We're always on the winning side. Every fucking time. So naturally, my father was displeased, and as an expression of his fury, he locked me up in my own hell. A dark room in the basement of our house, because yes, Grant Davenport has a chamber of torture where he can teach his kid discipline. It started right here, before the boarding school picked up the legacy. After I graduated, this place returned to being my prison cell. My eyes are closed as I hang from the ceiling by my wrists, only wearing my jeans as my toes barely touch the cold, damp floor. Now and again, the ceiling above me opens, and I'm drenched with icy water so I don't fall asleep. A couple of years ago, I went into hypothermia, but Grant's doctor saved me. Sometimes, when he's truly disappointed in me, he'll electrocute me enough to hurt but not kill me. I used to be apprehensive about the punishments. I used to stiffen my muscles and lash out. But that only prolonged the suffering, so I learned patience, discipline. Hardening my mind has allowed me to let whatever he sends my way roll off my skin. The elements, the dark, the strain on my muscles. It's all normal. While time in this room is impossible to count, I usually spend the night here and am released in the morning before practice or open skate. Grant can't have the outside world miss out on his golden boy, especially after I became a hockey star. He takes my wins for granted, and my losses as a slight to his honor. Usually I use this time to think about the next steps I need to take to bring him down, ruin his legacy, and smash his lifelong achievements. But my head has other plans and keeps wandering back to a few days ago when I fucked Dahlia like an animal and let my last shred of control shatter. I meant to fuck her and humiliate her, to use and discard her like that first time. It was supposed to be a show of power, so she would understand who was in control. But then she took everything I dished out and enjoyed it. She moaned for it. Her inner animal clashed with mine, fitting my most depraved desires like a glove. Not even in my wildest dreams did I think I'd meet someone who shares the same fabric of my depraved soul. That's why I never showed that side of me. Didn't even consider it. But with Dahlia, it came out so naturally. She had the audacity to kiss me, to sink her tiny claws into me and sear me to her, to demand it even. Like she had every right to. That's when any semblance of rationality scattered into thin air. I lost my decade and a half of discipline in a fraction of a second. And just like that, I succumbed to my instinctive primal side. My lips twitch, as if I can still taste her on my tongue. It's fucking irritating how a tiny woman with dubious intentions has the power to chip away at my barriers and erode my walls by just existing. No, not irritating. Dangerous. And the worst part, after that encounter, she ghosted me. Well, not quite. But ever since I gave her my jacket to cover up and led her out of the Armstrong mansion, then drove her to the dorm, she's been ignoring me. Her texts have been dry at best, and she always comes up with a way to avoid me. The following day, I saw her limping her way to class, and I, being a gentleman, checked on her. Me, you're limping. Okay, it wasn't entirely checking, but she got the gist. Or not, because her reply was not what I was expecting. Not that I knew what I was expecting.
Dahlia, thanks for the observation, Sherlock.
Me, you hurt yourself?
You hurt me, prick. I can barely walk.
It was that good, huh?
It was that bad.
You came 3 times, Wildflower. I don't think it was that bad. Besides, you didn't use your safe word. She left me on red. Normally, I wouldn't give a fuck, but I narrowed my eyes and left it alone. The following day, I started anew. Me, is the limping gone?
Dahlia, what if it's not? You'll kiss it better?
I can try. Come to my place tonight.
No thanks. I'm not in the mood to die.
I won't fuck you. Don't worry.
Yeah, no. I'm not falling for that.
Avoiding me is not the solution to whatever is going on in that head of yours. Red. Again. At this point, my eyebrows nearly shot to my hairline, but I gave her a couple of days to get over whatever got her panties in a twist. It didn't seem to be anything new in her life. I know because I had my eyes on her. She's always quite busy with classes, school projects, her part-time job, and the hospital at the end of the day. She also has this habit of staying at the lab for a long time. Me, is your tantrum over?
Dahlia, I wasn't throwing a tantrum, but if you want one, I'll gladly deliver.
Deliver yourself to my place instead.
I'm busy.
Don't make me show up at your dorm and terrorize your roommate.
It's not open to outsiders.
It's cute you think there's somewhere in this town I don't have access to.
Just leave me alone, Kane. I have to work late tonight.
Then quit the minimum wage nonsense. I'll arrange it so that you're accepted as a paid intern on the medical team. We'll triple your pay. You can start in 2 days.
Typical rich people, throwing money at problems and hoping it works.
I don't hope, I expect. Besides, didn't you want to work with the team?
That was before I figured out I don't want to spend more time in your company.
Very funny. I'll make arrangements so that you're in more of an observant and medical log role.
Why that role specifically?
So you won't be touching other players. I'm making your wish come true, so you should thank me.
Thanks, my liege, but I refuse. I'd rather earn my money fair and square.
I didn't suggest you steal it. Quit the nonsense about poor people's pride and being stubborn for the sake of it. If an opportunity presents itself, you don't turn your back on it, you take it. I thought you didn't want to be an outsider, but here you are, choosing to be one.
You done lecturing?
I swear to fuck, you're the most infuriating thing on the planet.
Thanks. You're not so bad yourself.
Take the job, Dahlia. Your bank account will thank you. She left me on red. Again. At that point, I was frowning so hard, Jude, who was changing beside me after practice, kicked my shin. Something the matter? What does it mean if you're constantly left on red? He paused, then slowly slipped his hoodie on. Lack of interest? She used to text me first. Then loss of interest. It's not that. I slammed the locker shut and left. It was pointless to ask Jude anyway. He's never had a relationship, doesn't believe in them, and is a brute with no appreciation for anything soft and delicate. Jude is the type who calls flowers grass and chocolate an unnecessary sugar fest. Preston could have been more help, but he's also allergic to monogamy, and that wasn't the right time since he was in the zone prior to the Wolves game. That he still fucked up epically despite all his continuous warnings to Jude and the rest of the teams to be on their best form. It's been 2 days, and I still don't understand the reason behind her leaving me on red, which might or might not have affected my play tonight, or yesterday. It's probably early in the morning now. A noise comes from above my head, scattering my thoughts. Icy water slams into my skin like shards of glass, seeping through flesh and bone. I grind my teeth, my muscles locking against the onslaught, but it keeps coming, each wave colder than the last, trickling down my back, soaking my jeans until I'm nothing but freezing skin and rattling bones. The floor beneath me is slick, the frosty bite crawling up from the ground through my feet and into my spine. The chains rattle above me, and my wrists scream from the strain, until I can't tell where the water ends and the pain begins. All I can hear is the steady drip, 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 echoing in the dark. As my hardened body absorbs the shock, thoughts of Dahlia dim to a mere strip of light in the darkness, quickly vanishing under the whips of conditioning. However, in this moment, I make a promise to myself. This is the final time I allow Grant's goons to kidnap and chain me to this place. Next time, it'll be him dangling from the ceiling. As expected, Grant releases me at 5 in the morning. Not in person. He made it clear last night. My son can be a failure. Understood? Yes, sir, was all I said before he closed the door. One of his aides unlocks my chains and leaves me stumbling. As I ascend the stairs to the main house, I find Samuel waiting with a towel, his erect posture appearing ready to snap. He's a wrinkly, old, bald-headed man who's been our butler for as long as I've been alive. He barely speaks, but he always comes in with a towel and prepares me a warm bath, tea, and a meal after my torture sessions. He also always has a doctor on standby just in case. Grant certainly doesn't want his son and only heir to expire, not after my uncle is now out of the picture, probably living his best life with that young boyfriend of his. Sometimes I think being banished isn't a bad idea, but then I remember that I can't let Grant have it all. I'm not as magnanimous as my uncle. I thank Samuel as I step into the bath. Heat flows through me, melting away the chill, but my muscles still contract, so I submerge fully for a couple of minutes before I surface again. Sir, your phone. Samuel stands by the side of the tub and hands it over, but he doesn't leave. I wrap my blue-tinted fingers around the device. What is it? Your mother wants to see you. No, keep her away. I'll leave in half an hour. Noted. He exits the bathroom, the huge ornate door closing behind him. I lean back against the bathtub and open my phone. Countless notifications pop onto the screen, and I'm about to delete them all when I notice a few texts. I straighten up, the water sloshing around me.
Dahlia, I know you lost for the first time this season, but you did your best. Dahlia, you're kind of a control freak, so you're probably taking this personally, but you shouldn't. If anything, Preston needs to feel bad and ask for forgiveness on his knees. God, he was such a joke, especially in the third period. What a useless piece of shit. Dahlia. Anyway, you're the reason the Vipers didn't get wiped out. Silver linings, right?
I throw my head back and laugh. Jesus fucking Christ. Without thinking, I stand up, dry myself, and get dressed. Then I drive all the way to the town center and to Greystone General Hospital, where she spends most of her nights. The head nurse and the staff bow upon seeing me, but I pay them no attention as I take the elevator up and walk to the room at the end of the hall. Sure enough, Dahlia is sleeping in a chair, her head awkwardly lolling on the bed next to a pale-faced, comatose woman. Her laptop is open and a few textbooks are scattered chaotically on either side of her. The steady beep, beep, beep of the machines is the only sound that echoes in the room. I walk to her, as if she's ensnaring me with an invisible rope. As I approach, I cast a look at the laptop screen. A school project. Countless research-related tabs. What do we have here? A tab with an article about tonight's game is minimized at the bottom of the screen. I click on it and enlarge it. The Vipers are crushed by the Wolves in a sensational night. I scroll to find that she has an account and her username is, I kid you not, Cold as Kane. And this alter ego has already posted numerous comments.
Oh, fuck off. Crushed. You sound like a fucking child who's yapping for attention and clicks. There was no crushing, and the Vipers would have held out just fine if it weren't for that bitch Armstrong. Sensational? More like pathetic. The Wolves couldn't crush anything if they didn't have the refs in their pockets. Bitch, please. One game doesn't define a season. Get your facts straight, morons. Funny how a one-off win has Wolves fans foaming at the mouth. Desperate looks good on you. The Wolves got lucky, but luck runs out. Vipers never do, motherfuckers.
And when Wolves fans engaged, she was so passive-aggressive, calling them all sorts of names and trolling the hell out of them. Jesus Christ. She's like the most toxic little hellion online, channeling the fans' illogical feelings about games. I don't think I've ever heard her curse this way in real life, but she's proficient online. It puts a smile on my face. At least she's moved on from the Wolves and their bastard captain. The thought that Osborne has had his hands on her before makes me murderous. I close the laptop and stroke a strand of hair that's fallen on her face behind her ear. She moans softly and leans into my palm, nuzzling her cheek as if she's a dog. This woman will be the death of me. Her eyes blink open and she stares at me for a few seconds, under the delicate early morning light. The hazel slowly transforms into the clearest, most enchanting green. She's so fucking beautiful. It's hard to look at her without feeling a burn. As if waking from a daze, Dahlia springs up and stares between me and the patient, her posture stiffening. Seeing her transform into protective mode in the blink of an eye is fascinating.
What are you doing here?
She asks in a clear, hard voice. Well, fuck. I came without a second thought, so I didn't properly think of an excuse. An early morning checkup before practice.
Don't you have private doctors?
I do, but I needed to undergo tissue testing with a machine that's only available here. She narrows her eyes.
How did you know I was in this room?
Jude.
Jude?
Sorry, big man. I owe you one. I motion behind me to the other inert patient in the room. That's his personal guard.
Oh.
She frowns.
I've never seen Jude visit him.
No, when you're here, since he doesn't like company. If you don't believe me, you can ask him. She hikes a hand on her hip.
Then you ask him. Call him and put it on speaker.
It sounds like you don't believe me.
I don't. Go on.
Fuck. I pull out my phone and call, but Jude doesn't answer. Good save. Probably still asleep. I say as I hang up and then shoot him a quick message, pretending to frown at my phone. Text. Me. At the hospital. You better be on your way. Dahlia's wide eyes are still narrowed, but she releases a sigh and tidies up her space.
You can go now. My sister is wary of strangers.
Pretty sure she can't tell if she's in a coma. She glares at me. Too soon.
Just go away.
I sit on her chair and throw a fleeting glance at the slumbering patient. Half-sister? She sits on the bed, blocking my view.
Why do you think that?
You don't look alike.
Foster sister.
Her voice softens as she takes her sister's hand in hers.
She's the only family I have.
What happened? I feign interest.
We don't really know, but she was attacked and dropped off at a hospital in Stantonville. She's been in a coma since.
I'm sorry. Her eyes meet mine, glittery with an unnatural shine.
Thanks. But she'll come back. I know it.
I want to tell her not to hold on to false hope and to hit her upside the head with hard facts that comatose patients don't just come back, and she should give up. But I can't bring myself to. Usually I don't give a fuck about people's feelings. Dahlia is proving to be an exception in ways I fail to recognize. But I still say, if you want to handle her medical bills, isn't it a smart idea to take the offer I gave you?
The foundation pays for her bills.
Then you can have an internship with reasonable hours, higher pay, and with enough prestige to add to your resume. It's the smartest thing to do. She releases her sister's hand and whisper yells.
You sure it's not so you can have access to me at all times for your sick games?
I pull her by the arm until she crashes against my chest, her face a breath away from mine. Our sick games, and I can have access to whether or not you're on the team. Her breathing escapes in long, choppy sounds, her eyes flickering between dark green and furious brown. I see it then, the reason she's been avoiding me. You're scared, aren't you? I murmur in hot words against her skin.
I'm not scared.
She pushes my chest. You're trembling, frightened that you love it so much. You're appalled that if I hunt and chase and fuck you so brutally, you'll fall apart all over again. Admit it, Wildflower. Your inner animal was made for mine.
You made me do it. I'm not as sick as you.
Then say red. She purses her lips. I let my mouth curve in a smile. You didn't even think about that word, did you? You were enjoying it too much to consider stopping it. Bet you touched your tight little cunt to the memory.
Shut up.
As you wish. I lean closer, my attention on her mouth. Her fractured breathing skims over my skin. I don't even like kissing, but ever since she kissed me, I've been fantasizing about biting her lips, sinking my teeth into them and devouring her through them. Get a room and stop disturbing the patients, Jude grunts, walking in with an ugly expression. Dahlia stumbles back, her face paling and all traces of heat disappearing from her delicate features. Fucking Jude will get his ass kicked in practice today. We watch as he places a basket of fruit on his guard's side table. Dahlia stands upright, moving slowly to the other bed, as if she can protect the patient.
You really know Mario?
What's it to you? He faces her fully and we exchange a look. Besides, shouldn't you be gone around this time so I can visit in peace? Dahlia frowns but says nothing. I stand and offer her my hand. Let me take you to get breakfast. She ignores me and kisses her sister on the forehead.
See you tonight, Vi.
When she straightens, she glances at my hand and pauses, then takes it like a very good girl. Not my hand, though. Dahlia wraps both her palms around my wrist and pushes the sleeve of my pullover up, revealing the purple marks from the chain. Her eyes widen and I curse internally. I was so hasty to come here, I forgot to wrap bandages around them.
What happened?
Her voice is soft, but the alarmed look on her face stabs me worse than her words. I don't like pity in general, but I especially loathe it from Dahlia. Nothing you need to worry about. I subtly tug my hand free and pull down the sleeve. She opens her mouth to say something, but I cut her off. Let's get out of here. I catch a glimpse of Jude, who shakes his head. Dahlia doesn't resist as I guide her out of the room. When I look back, Violet's hand twitches on the sheet.
20.
All right. And that has been today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed our lovely 2 chapters of Beautiful Venom. Man, I'm probably going to have to put another headphone advisory on this episode. Jesus, man. Woo! All right. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Love you guys all. I will see you on Sunday for another amazing episode. And yeah, man. Patreon.com/MyLastPodcast. Follow there. Thank you guys for downloading, all that good stuff. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, as well as subscribing on YouTube. All that helps out. Love you guys all. I will see you Sunday. Peace.